Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Blades of Avernum. Last episode, the expedition finally moved on to the next camp, and there we learned something very worrying. The curse that was placed upon Laguerre meant that his soul was taken by Nathaganth. We have been tasked to head into the land of the dead to recover it and save him. Into the underworld we shall go. I admit I don't know what any of this may relate to the Bible, as Calandon has said he made things relating to the Bible and such like that. But I do find myself remembering the various stories and such that relate to it in things like Greek and Roman mythology. I don't know if he related to that at all, but I don't know. Let's see what happens here. It's time to step into the portal. You find a portal, a magical door made of pure energy. Wizards often create them to speed up transportation from one place to another. They're safe, usually. Judging by the energy radiated by this portal, it's one way. If you enter, you will not be able to come back. Step into it. You take a step closer to the portal that will take you to the land of the dead. But before you can step inside it, you hear something from the other end of the cave. Hang on! You wait for a moment as the crowd approaches you. Everyone's here. Pithos, Cass, Phaedra, Macrone, Ithos, Talus, Silthok, and Ithic. Wait, who's taking care of the baby, then? We wanted to wish you well before your journey. Remember, much depends on you. Save the prophet. He does not deserve the torments of demons. You nod, assuring them that you will do your best. You start to turn back to the portal, but before you can step in, Phaedra starts casually walking forward. What are you doing? I'm coming with you, of course. Just think of how much trouble you'd get into without me. She flashes you a grin. Didn't you just give birth? Don't you have a baby to take care of? Oh, that was a while ago, just after the lava ocean. I'm much better now. Maybe not at top condition, but I won't slow you down. And I've learned a few magical spells that we'll need. Trust me. She flashes you a winning grin again. With that, you and Phaedra enter the portal to the land of the dead. Phaedra has just joined your party. It is possible to cast blessing spells on her. To do so, select the spell to cast and follow the new instructions. When you step through the portal, you are transported an immeasurable distance. But the distance is not so much the strange sensation. You feel yourself passing between up and down, as if someone ripped a hole right through space. You come out on the other side to a beautiful green land. This must be the land of the dead, the land from which few mortals ever return. Somewhere here, Laguerre is being held prisoner. Oh dear, I am very worried about what's going to happen now. Interesting. With her with us, having just given birth to a child that she should be taking care of, I'm worried she may end up dying. And this being the land of the dead, well, that's entirely possible. Did not expect the land of the dead to be so fertile. From here you can see much of the land of the dead. There is a large river, Strange, flowing across this island, and many spirits clamor on this side of it to get across. You can see little detail from here, though. Before you, the legends of the Sliffs are embodied. The river's Thikos is the first of several obstacles that souls must cross after death before reaching the afterlife. Many souls are not settled to rest properly, usually because they died violent or unnatural deaths, or their bodies were despoiled. Such unsettled spirits must wait on the banks for decades, sometimes hundreds of years, before they can have peace. Only the souls free from material cares are allowed to pass beyond this point. Dozens of souls are stuck here right now, all clamoring after the boatman, Karos, hoping that he will ferry them across the river. Right now, he appears to be waiting for something. The ghost drifts aimlessly by. all spirits. Yep, didn't mean to step out. I have a feeling we aren't going to be able to talk to any of these spirits. But there are quite a few of them. Alright. Karas looks up as you approach. Mortals! You are living beings, not dead souls wishing to travel the river. He inspects you closely. Are you ready indeed to pass the river's Thikos, knowing that you will surely not return except with the blessing of some divine power, the ascending nod of a god? What do you say? Yes, we are ready. Althanazaria would likely bless us to return. Karas ferries you across the river's Thikos, which represents forgetfulness and passing on to all slips. You gaze into the water and you notice strange eyes under the surface, watching you, staring at you hungrily. You ask Karas about it, and he tells you that the final fate of some souls is to be cast beneath the water's surface and wait for ages, until the time when a desperate soul from the riverbank tries to swim the distance. Then the captured spirit below who subdues that soul and brings it down is allowed, finally, to be free of the river, putting the new soul in its place. You involuntarily shudder. When you arrive at the other side, you carefully disembark, and Karas silently rows away to the other bank again. I am feeling like this might actually be a reference to Greek mythology and the like. The river Styx, after all. I don't know that much, but I know that at least. Alright, and now there's what looks like an endless chasm. We passed over the first trial. Now we have a second one. That is deep. The second obstacle that souls have to pass on their way to the afterlife is the Howling Bridge. This bridge is the only way across a bottomless chasm, into which a soul may fall and never return. Wind perpetually blows across the chasm, creating a terrible high-pitched howling. Up ahead, you see the two guardians of the bridge, Akidra the Many-Headed, and Karabas the Wicked-Toothed. Akidra tests the resolve of the dread, of whom the cowardly dive into the chasm to face an eternity of darkness rather than fight the beast. Kerberos is a ferocious dog, placed specifically to prevent the living from entering and the dead from exiting. For many of the living have wandered, by mistake or design, into this land, and many of the dead have attempted to flee their punishments. Somehow you must pass them both. As you approach, Akidra begins growling fiercely. You may not be able to take more steps without combat. Alright then. Well, we have spells to cast and the like, so let's get them cast. Alright, Major Haste. Did that actually bless that? I think it may have. Akidra bares her teeth menacingly and begins slowly moving towards you. What do? Draw your weapons and shout threats. You wave your weapons at the beast, and you shout angry threats. Akidra begins growling more angrily, but you only shout louder, and, appearing placated, it steps back. You may proceed. As you approach, Karabas eyes you skeptically. He knows that you are not among the dead, and it is his duty to guard this land from all living. What do? Alright, let's try that spell again and prep up again. It's hasting him again. Keep moving forward. Kerberos roars and charges. Alright. Actually, Divine Warrior sounds like a very good idea. cast a blessing spell on Phaedra, you must hit cancel and then choose from the option that subsequently appears. No, I want it on you. Do nothing. Nothing. Actually, I should have done a heal. Wow, Divine Warrior is really helping out a lot. I was right. I think I was right about the Greek references. This is obviously a reference to Cerberus, who is the three-headed dog of, who does exactly what is said here. It looks like we may kill it. You slay Kerberos, the guardian of the underworld. His energy dissipates around you, no longer blocking your way. At first you think that you really killed him, but then you realize that this is the land of the dead, and nothing that lives here can really die. Kerberos will be back when you will return. He probably will let you pass from now on. And Fox leveled up. Ooh. What do you get? Let's get Riposte. Sure. Point in that. Alright. I don't know who that other one is supposed to be a reference to, though. Obviously another creature from Myth, but I don't know. Alright, we've got a cave over there. And that's a city. Interesting. Let's take a look at the cave first, I suppose. Alright, let's see. This cave is eerily silent and still. There is nothing in it but a shimmering portal, the entrance to the hellish remains of the damned. If what you've been told is true, if you enter this portal, you will not be able to get out the same way. The sign on the wall is very simple. It says, Thanithathoi Pephairithakoi. That is, the condemned dead. That must be where we're supposed to go. So let's take a look at the city first, then. The guards at this gate stop you roughly. You are not among the dead. Who are you? Tell us your names. Who are you? Fires back Phaedra before you can say anything. We are the Celestial God, the protectors of the castle of Posanathos. Again, strangers, what are your names, and what is your business in the land of the dead? They are legitimate. Posanathos was a great god in the classical Slith pantheon, the god of light and poetry. We should tell them who we are. Tell them who you are and why you've come. The guards listen to your story with interest. A curse. Posanathos himself might be interested in this. He glances at a comrade who simply affirms that you are telling the truth. He must have some invisible way of knowing. Come. When you walk to the castle, we will send you a small escort. He indicates a detachment of men, and several fall in line behind you to follow you. They will not follow you anywhere but to the castle, though. Alright, then. You enter the castle of the Slith god Posanathos, Posanathion. Several of your escorts run ahead to speak with the lord of the castle, the god himself, to introduce you and ready him for your presence. After a short wait, one of them returns. The Lord Posanathos will see you now. You are now able to meet with the god. There's various Sliths and other people who are around here. And there's even horses. Fascinating. You step out into the grassy central area of Posanathion, and you observe for a moment the greenery. It has been a long time since you have seen a garden or such a variety of trees or a beautiful river. Children play with the animals on the island, and the adults harvest the crops, doing in death what they did in life. This is the way of the afterlife. Those who farmed, farm. Those who fought, fight. Those who studied, study. And those who rule, rule. This must be where those who cooked, cook. Here, the revels commence for harvest times and feasting. Just as in life, peasants in the Slith homeland enjoyed many holidays from their otherwise backbreaking labor, dedicated to some god or other, in death they have the same celebrations. Indeed, here, where there are no poor harvests or scarce years, the celebrations are more frequent and more joyful. This, then, is the reward for a good, humble life. A continuing good, humble life. I suppose that is fair. This must be the rest of the castle. Yeah, let's look around out here first, then. Let me guess. Oh! Picks, shovels, tools, picks, pick and hammer. Yeah, these are all simple tools. Alright. That's the garden area in the center, then. Cats, dogs, children. Children, that's concerning. In this room, many people wait for the attention of the lord of the castle. These people were courtiers in life, perhaps flatterers and hangers-on, but decent and honest ones to have ended up here. The worst ended up elsewhere. Some of them eye you irritatedly. They must know that you've been granted immediate permission to see the lord, even though they have to wait. So that's where he is. Let's take a look at the other rooms, then. Rakthos. You approach this heavily armored and heavily armed fairy warrior, observing that his eyes distinctly take note of your entrance without looking up from the paper in front of him. He is absorbed in concentration, but he is never on alert. Who are you? I am General Rakathos, he replies, still examining the paper, on which you can see battle plans drawn. I am the commander of the forces here at the first line of defense. First line of defense? Yes, Posanathion is the first line of defense against the forces of darkness who live below. This is the border between the heavenly realms of paradise and the infernal realms of torment. There is war always. We must defend our land. The garrisons are elsewhere in the castle, and no, you can't visit them. And you can't get through to the north either, unless Posanathos says that you can, and he hasn't. You have no reason to visit Sothana or others. What are you looking at? Battle plans. I am judging the weaknesses in our fortress and imagining in what ways the attack might come when it does. For it is not a matter of if, but when. The attack always comes. Can you help me? No, I have no extra weapons or armor. Ask around elsewhere. This is the divine center of inspiration and light. There must be wisdom to be gained here, though probably not arms. Maybe we'll get a few spells. Right? There are other doors up here. Not getting through that one. Here is a small library for the common folks in Posanathion. All here in the castle of one of the main gods of learning must be literate, so these works are for the everyday people. You know, works on the shelves, such as the didactic poems and the pastorals, were popular among farmers in the homelands. Few here are of great literary ambition. Those must be in another library in this castle. This woman paces the library, holding a great wand that glows with fire. Her eyes are filled with great knowledge and, now, even great wisdom. You can see worry lines on her face, the legacy of a life of great cares. Who are you? I am the librarian of Posanathion. She does not give a name, and her eyes glint icily as if to dare you to ask. She grips her wand tightly, and sparks drop lightly from it. I am the keeper of knowledge here. The library is much larger than this, extending across the whole level upstairs, but this is the general interest section for the populace. I am tending to these right now. Are you Erica Redmond? Before you can even finish the question, sparks begin pouring from her wand to the ground, dangerously near igniting everything around you and burning the whole place down. She glares at you so furiously that you shut your mouth. Say, can you help me? I can, she says, her eyes drifting over you as if judging the value of a horse. And indeed, I may. However, I desire knowledge in return. Have you spoken with any ancient beings of interest to an incantrix? Not demons or that filth. Dragons, perhaps? Well, I have met a dragon named Velthkagraz. You tell the librarian about your meeting with the dragon in the lava ocean. She listens intently, and afterwards she nods approvingly. Yes, that is interestingly. It is worthy of a spell. She begins explaining a powerful spell to you. Unfortunately, you are completely unfamiliar with the spell Major Healing. You can't follow her explanation. You can't learn anything from her right now. So because we never found Major Heal before, we can't get it now. Well, that sucks. Say, you probably know a lot. Can you identify my items? I can identify anything for a small price. Alright. Well, that's depressing. Our one chance to get a spell here, and we can't. Alright, let's investigate all these bookshelves. I doubt we're gonna find anything, but hey, who knows. Alright, nothing on those bookshelves. Nothing on there. Alright. Nothing on those bookshelves. Anything on these at all, maybe? No. What about on here? Oh hey, look at that! The Lusty Fjord Maid. How the hell did that end up here? Eh, doesn't matter. Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. And nothing there. I am still highly disappointed that I can't get anything here. I mean, come on. Anyway. Time to speak with a god. You enter the enormous throne room of Pasanathos. Welcome! Booms a voice from the other end of the hall. Long has it been since mortals walked these halls, since living visitors have had the power and fortitude to come here. Come, let us speak. Let us speak indeed. The ethereal lord of poetry and light turns his majestic gaze to your direction, and you feel the full power of his attention upon you. You approach him humbly, suddenly acutely aware of the fact that you stand in the presence of a god. Speak, for I have not had mortal guests in many ages, and I would have your story from your own lips. You are Pasanathos. Yes, I am Pasanathos, Lightgiver, wellspring of poetry, bearer of the inner flame, grand philosopher, master of oration, and king of the first heavenly fortress. This is the shorter list of his titles. I have been one of the favored gods of the Slith Pantheon since the time of the Kalthanad, shortly after the time of Kalthas and the founding of the Slith Empire. I am the patron of poets and many artists, those who work with colors. Tell him your story. That is most interesting. The dying breath of the Lord of Thanopolin cursed the soul of your prophet, trapping him in the wrong part of the afterlife. I will help you as best I can, although I fear that it is not much. My servants will give you a robe that is made with powerful magic, and it should protect you from some of the dangers you will face. He spreads his arms, taking in the whole castle with a gesture. You are, of course, welcome to speak to everyone around here, some of whom may have additional information that may be useful to you. I cannot spare any soldiers to accompany you, as we are the first line of defense for the heavenly realms against the darker forces remaining below. We are always on alert for an attack, which could come at any time. I find it ironic that the one in charge of this particular area is the god of poets. Where are the realms of punishment and damnation? South of here. Follow the path until you reach the stairs leading into the bowels of the land. Beyond there, you will find the horrors that await the wicked. Please, grant me some of your divine wisdom. He considers you carefully. Do not be too quick to judge, for not all evil wears black scales and breathes fire. You have learned that there is good in this world and evil, but discerning which is the task of the wise. Thank you, O great God. Let's see if you have any information. Can you help me, Rathlos? No. And I doubt Erica will... I'm sorry, not Erica will be able to give us any information. I wonder. Any hidden passages over here? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, the answer is no. So sadly, it seems, aside from the robe, we don't get anything. Pity. Oh well. Suppose the only other thing that we can do here is to actually head to this land. Which I think we'll do in the next episode, because this one has gone on long enough. Next episode, we will make our way into the land of the dead to try and rescue the soul of the prophet. This will not be easy, and I really am quite disappointed that we can't get Major Heal at all, or any benefits from up there. But that'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44. That is Fox, Sheik, Bonnie, and Draco. This has been a Blades of Avernum Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.